Long Island. Okay.
Oh, a lot of farming out on Long
Yeah,
Island.
there is.
Name taught at DW Lunt for 1 year.
Oh, cool. Oh, sorry, am I in the way of the picture?
Can be in the picture.
I was making use of an invasive weed right here.
Is that bittersweet? Is that
Yeah, I
bittersweet
found it in the
vine?
woods. They killed a tree over there, so I was like, oh, I'll kill it.
Is it honeysuckle?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, honeysuckle or bittersweet?
Bittersweet?
Bittersweet, yeah.
That's what
Honeysuckle is more like a shrub, I suppose.
Which
So,
is also
all
very
right, so
invasive.
come on over. Would it be helpful if I stand up a little bit? I hate to do that, but okay, so, all right, so this is our tennis court, or what was going to become a tennis court for the school. When they built the ball field up there and they brought down all sorts of fill, and so you can imagine what they were going to build a tennis court on. It's a great place for a garden. So we have actually some really challenges with the soil, but we brought in a lot of compost, which is also, it's been from my farm, but it's brought in a few weeds and a few other problems. But this is close to a half acre, is that right, Martha? Two-thirds of an acre. And we have a whole permaculture plan that was developed by the Resilience Hub in Portland. But part of a permaculture plan is it sort of evolves and changes. So there's actually inside the front of the hoop house, kind of where we do our potting, we set up a poster board that shows the map of this, or a site plan. I'm happy to kind of stand in that area when we look around. When you guys are kind of free to look around, I can answer some questions. And Martha will be, do you want to be under the pergola where the black shade fabric is down there? Maybe she'll be around there. There's a couple of posters down there. But Martha can talk about some of the school, the district's kitchen or food service aspects in terms of like procurement and some of the goals to kind of get some of the vegetables into the kitchen and maybe some of the challenges. Also, we have something really cool we're not going to look at today, which is a food cart in the elementary school, which is a great way to go around and do demonstrations. Martha got a grant for that and she can talk about that. And she may also be a great person to talk about the history of this program too. If you guys are looking to figure out how to move along your program, she might be a great person to talk to, because I've only been here for 2 years and Martha's been here sort of with the inception of the whole farm to school team. So the hoop house site, like I said, it was a tennis court, and decided to put the gardens here. And we received a grant from the Falmouth Educational Fund, which is sort of a non-profit, it's not part of the school, but it's sort of separate, group of parents and things like that, and they do fundraising. And every year they give out small grants on the order of a few $100s to maybe 2,000 at the very most, to a bunch of people for different projects. And they were reaching their point where they've given out their millionth dollar, I think after 25 years or so. And so they wanted to do a large grant, and they gave $40,000 to develop this site plan, and a lot of the money went into the plan, getting some up-to-code plumbing and electrical installed, and then a small amount of it actually went into the hoop house itself. And if you have questions about that, you can talk to Dan O'Shea. He's trying to sneak behind here. He's actually the financial person on the campus. Sorry, Dan, I didn't mean to point you out. So we have about a little over 2,000 students, 2,100-ish students in the campus. Like I said, all of them are here. Even though each school sort of has its own set of gardens, a lot of them tend to congregate over here. It's sort of the exciting place. It has frogs. There's kind of just interesting things going on. And there's a lot of student projects. We work with 8th graders to do something called Fab Friday, where they get to do sort of a science or engineering related project over a kind of couple of months. So there's a few little projects like that being done. In fact, this sign right here that says Falmouth Farm and Garden Learning Center was hand painted by an 8th grader. She did a great job. And it was finished a year ago. It's got a little bit of weather, which is unfortunate. So there's some other kind of projects like that. There's some stenciling done around on the hoop house, and a little bit of a mural on a front door, also done by 8th graders. So we can go in and take a look around. Maybe I'm going to kind of lead a tour. So I think what we'll do is try to do a quick walking. I'll just show you highlight some of the points, and then Martha and I will Martha will be under the pergola there, and then I'll be inside the hoop house. If you guys have garden questions or permaculture, you can come talk to me. And if you want to talk about this site and how it's changed in the last couple of years, I'm happy to talk about that. And Martha can talk about food stuff. We'll let you guys sort of hang out or kind of mingle around for about 15 minutes, and then we'll move on to work. Does that sound like a good plan? Okay. The boundaries of this particular space, of this road here, we sort of have this, which is kind of an interesting area, but there's a sidewalk that cuts across there, and then there's a tennis court. So that's sort of the definition of this particular space. And we sort of have a bit of free reign in here in terms of gardening and things like that. So You'll see as you come in on the right-hand side, there's some rows, a little bit more sort of traditional farm or small farm or very small farm or garden scale, and that's really supposed to be vegetables that are more or less intended for the kitchens. A little bit less kind of weird things, right? So we have tomatoes. We had carrots. There was a little incident with the dog. Some zucchini, which Martha doesn't necessarily even eat in the kitchen, but I'm going to force on her. And then peppers, maybe some eggplant, things like that. And cucumbers, of course. And everything else is just sort of like individual space. And sometimes teachers come to me with little projects. Like I had a teacher that bought a whole bunch of dahlia bulbs, I think like super on sale from Home Depot, and he was like, hey, let's plant these with first graders. So we kind of had to find a spot to put those in. Are they bulbs or tubers? And I don't know, let's go in and take a look around. You guys don't need to look at me, but why don't we first like walk up to the garden area. You guys can look down the right. The new house, you're welcome to walk through there. In fact,
Mint.
Chocolate mint or regular mint?
I guess they made adobes.
Yeah.
And they used beer the bottles and they made the film. And they actually made pizzas and
It's so cool. And that's like a traditional way of building out there.
Yep.
No,
They're adobes.
You're fine. I kind of want to do the same thing.
because you can't really go
First grade adobes.
First grade adobes.